Hello and welcome to The Pulse, your weekly Redline source for news and sports from all around MHS. Thanks for joining us again. I'm Blake Kelly.
And I'm Morgan Kite. Today on The Pulse, hear about a new test that has been implemented into MHS that students have been protesting.
We'll also take a look at how students in Manchester celebrated Memorial Day.
And we recognize an MHS power couple that we will miss deeply after their retirement.
Stay tuned. This is The Pulse. Last week, students in grade 9 through 11 were scheduled for testing, but not as many students showed up as expected. Stella Coletti uncovers why students decided to opt out of the SBACs.
Standardized testing has always been a controversial topic that public schools from all over the country has yet to avoid. This year, the Department of Education has put together a brand new test called SBAC that students will only take online. In the week of testing, students sat down at their Chromebooks for a total of about 10 hours. Fed up with children becoming scores in numbers, students and teachers across America are walking out of classrooms in protest. Junior Brenna Quackwell discloses why she decided to skip out of testing.
My experience opting out of the SBAC test was neither I nor my family thought it was necessary to take the test, especially because I was missing the last 2 days of testing, and if they had made me make it up, I would have missed even more class time.
To add to the con list at SBAC, parents and doctors encourage students not to take tests in front of a screen because focusing on one for too long can cause eye problems, specifically computer vision syndrome. This is a condition that can cause blurred vision, migraines, and neck and shoulder pain. However, these tests are not all bad. For instance, if students do well, then more money will go to their school, which is very important for a better education. Mr. Stetson, the head guidance counselor at MHS, goes into more detail of the SBAC's importance.
It's going to provide us with a lot of good information, presumably on the curriculum and the instruction as it aligns with math and language arts. So hopefully we'll get good feedback and we'll be able to adjust our instruction based on the test results.
There is a lot of good and bad to these standardized tests, but ultimately it is the students and their parents' decision whether or not to take them. From The Pulse, this has been Stella Coletti reporting.
Although testing may be long and seemingly unnecessary, many could argue that standardized tests still hold educational value for keeping data.
Throughout the years, many teachers have come and gone from MHS. This year, we have 2 more teachers who will be leaving us that have made Manchester Public Schools their home for many years. Cameron Wesolowski brings us the story.
Mr. and Mrs. Thornton, 2 well-known and beloved teachers, will soon be celebrating their retirement together. These high school sweethearts have shared their passion of teaching with each other for upwards of 20 years. Mr. Thornton has been teaching at MHS for over 25 years, and Mrs. Thornton taught at Bennett for 23 years before starting her 8-year-long career at MHS.
They taught me how to work hard and get my stuff done on time because I was handing stuff in late, and then she was working with me.
Mr. and Mrs. Thornton work well together as a couple and as co-workers. They enjoy working together and are thankful that the Manchester school system has given them the opportunity to do so.
You always say my turn. You go first.
I've learned to live with that. So.
You go first.
The best thing about having your spouse here is occasionally I get cookies brought to me. So it's all about food.
Do that when the Silk City Cafe opened. Yeah, the big cookies. You know.
MHS is lucky to have these 2 teachers so committed to each other and their profession. From The Pulse, this has been Cameron Wesolowski reporting.
Make sure you stop by room 278 and 283 to wish a happy retirement to Mr. and Mrs. Thornton.
I love the Thorntons. It's going to be sad not seeing them around the halls.
I know they've both been great teachers, but there's going to be a lot of changes happening to MHS next year.
Yes, and speaking of changes, there is a new chef in Silk City helping students understand the culinary industry. Joycelyn Quay tells us about the newest addition to the Chia Academy.
The Silk City Cafe has went through many changes since they took their start at the beginning of this school year. One of the newest additions to the cafe is Chef Jay, a chef who has made his way up through the food industry and even published his very own cookbook.
I like having a chef in Silk City because we get to work with someone who has first-hand experience in the culinary field.
Although Chef has worked in almost all parts of the food industry, this is his very first time being able to work in a cafe that is ran throughout the school day. He is very optimistic for the future of the cafe and what he will be able to teach the students who work there.
So this job offers me opportunity to not only be an executive chef, not only be a kitchen manager, do everything that I'm used to doing as an executive chef, general manager, business owner, but it also allows me to try to craft these messages in ways that young minds can really grasp hold of, understand, and be enthusiastic about.
With Chef Jay in the kitchen, we are positive that Silk City will continue to develop smoothly. From The Pulse, this has been Joycelyn Clare reporting.
The Silk City Cafe is open from Tuesday through Friday for teachers, and all students must have a teacher with them if they want to purchase an item from the cafe.
Yeah, Chef Jay's chicken wings are so good. I'm going to actually ask Mr. Larson to take me down after the shoot.
And I could go for a blondie, so I might just join you.
All right, enough about our Silk City cravings. With Memorial Day this past Monday comes the excitement of the annual Memorial Day Parade. Jane Nolan marches onto the scene to see what MHS contributed to this great event.
Setting off at 9:30 Monday morning, Manchester citizens lined the streets ready to view the annual Memorial Day Parade, honoring those who have served. Police officers, the MHS Marching Band, and multiple Boy Scout troops are just a few of the participating groups who get out there and march every year, and this most recent parade was no exception.
It's an honor to be able to remember the people of my country who have fallen in battle.
Thank you very much, Matt. Happy Memorial Day. Mr. Barry has been leading the marching band in this event for 25 years, teaching his students the importance of why they are marching.
You know, Memorial Day is a great way to honor the people that gave the ultimate sacrifice to our country. I try to teach the students about the importance of it and say that maybe right now they don't understand it, but as they grow older they might understand more. But it's an important civic event.
Mr. Barry is not alone in his involvement with the parade. Mr. Jones is another faculty member who gets out there and marches every year with the Manchester Pipe Band.
This is like mile 3, I think.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know how far it is. It seems long.
Yeah, well.
You guys have a good Memorial Day?
Yeah.
What does marching mean to you?
Yeah.
Like a cold water afterwards.
The parade in Manchester provides a real source of camaraderie among Manchester residents.
It's like touches my heart when I see like people from like all walks of life, when they're just like old Army veterans get up and stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance and the national anthem.
It's a wonderful time for people to get together.
Can you imagine if I just entered the parade real quick?
And enjoy time in the community while honoring those who have served.
We're a part of the parade! Here I am! Mr. Barry, wait! Please! Please! Oh my God! The real reason all these Manchester citizens are out here marching today is to memorialize and honor all those who have served. Happy Memorial Day, everyone, and from The Pulse, this has been Jane Nolan reporting.
Oh God, it's humid! I need a water! Oh gosh, the living conditions right now are not at their best, but we're making it work. We're getting a lot of looks right now. I don't care. This is newsworthy!
Well, before we go today, we would like to give a big congratulations to Sean Herzog for becoming the 13th best gymnast in the nation for his age group.
Yes, we hope to see you competing in the Olympic Games very soon.
Also, be sure to check out the Power Hour Wower that NHS is holding on Thursday, June 4th during Power Hour for the chance to win some prizes. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Blake Kelly.
And I'm Morgan Kite. And this has been
The Pulse.